It's Sean with the eMiniSchool. We'll do a follow-up video on the symmetry and we'll break down each symbol. So we'll first start off with the Dow. Okay, from this low to this high, we had a 35% pullback. Okay, from this low to this high, today we achieved that 35%. Okay, so if we break down today, we can see that the market broke this obvious low. Okay, anytime we break an obvious low or a high, the market can get emotional because it's an obvious level. We trade down to symmetry support on a daily chart, and actually these are weekly levels. Okay, so it's actually weekly support, and we trade back up. Okay, so there is support here. Okay, even though 90% of people are bearish right here, as far as the support, this last wave is extremely bullish still. Okay, even though it's coming down. Just like here, this is corrective down to this point, and we make a new high. Okay, so this is corrective down to this point. Okay, and this could technically keep correcting, okay, down to this level and still be bullish. So the market can go down when it's bullish. Okay, so we don't want to get too emotional on each wave. So we're at symmetry on the Dow. Let's go to the Russell. Okay, from the same low to high, 40%. 40% was achieved today. So prior to this low, okay, we made a low here. That was not at symmetry support. Okay, today is. Not saying that we can't go lower in a correction, okay, but since the support of symmetry is higher than our zone, okay, it's a potential turning point before it corrects down into this zone. It does not have to come down into this zone, okay? So we can break down the daily chart a little bit better, okay? Look at this last wave. Okay, correction off last wave is achieved here. Okay, we were about 1.5 points off, but 1.5 points on more than a 100-point move doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're 0.5% off as far as target. So it is achieved at the weekly symmetry. Okay, so I would be looking for a move up to, if we take out today's high, okay, that would be a trigger as far as a pattern to at least get back up to the 820 level. Okay, let's look at the NASDAQ. We have 35. Okay, 35 was achieved on this low. Okay, the NASDAQ looks totally different than the others. The NASDAQ went to a new high here, the others didn't. Okay, probably because it hit symmetry support here. Okay, so based off of this hitting that support, we made a new high. The other symbols are hitting it today. So even though it might feel like it's impossible to make a new high, okay, we still can. Now if we break down this leg, okay, there's actually 42% on this leg. Okay, so the inverse of 42 on the whole leg would be 58, right? So where does 58? Okay, it's right here. Okay, we traded below and we closed back above. So we're taking the inverse of this first leg over here, okay, to equal 1, or possible pattern completion, or correction completion. So again, another level to watch for, a break above today's high, okay, would be in the trend direction, looking for a new high, stop below today's low. Okay, on the ES, we had, on our other blog, we had on a timing resistance on this high right here. Okay, if you follow that blog, the same way we had timing support down here on 6/20. That was our turn date. Same here. Okay, so if we follow that, we had 32 bars down. Okay, so 32 times 78% puts us out 25 bars from that low. Okay, which is right here. So from this high, we had 78% time resistance. Take out the low, okay, high odds of breaking this low. Into the next pattern, support, which is here. Okay, this pattern support also has a cluster of weekly symmetry here. So just something to keep an eye on. It's basically the opposite of what everyone else is saying, but the move to the downside off of all the news, everything like that, has not disrupt the uptrend. So it's still intact. So right here, saying that this is the all-time high is probably too soon. This is the first corrective pattern off of this high. Okay, so how we do it is to tell us where the top is. The top is the last bullish pattern that fails. So right here is the beginning, okay, of the first correction. So if this comes up in this zone and fails, okay, then we're probably going to fail back down into the bigger support, 1150 area. So if we fail up here at 1300, okay, and we get a sell signal, our target would be 1150. Okay, but even if that happens, long term it's still bullish because it's corrective down. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. Take out the high of today. I would be careful on any shorts.